Welcome back to the Game Room. I'm stoked that you're here. It's been a really busy week here at the Game Room, and we've been selling a lot of crazy stuff in order to fund this Game Room, so come on over to the parts department. We'll check it out. Alright, so this is the parts department. It's sort of the back room of the Game Room where I store everything that's available for resale, stuff that I find at yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, flea markets, all that good stuff. Everything here is mostly listed for sale on either Facebook Marketplace or eBay, and everything here funds all the games that you see back in the main Game Room. The parts department stores everything from jerseys to coffee makers, and even sneakers. You see, a few years ago, I started realizing when I was out at yard sales and thrift stores that there weren't a lot of video games available for sale anymore. Stuff just started to kind of disappear, and it made it really frustrating to go out and hunt for video games in the wild. But what I started noticing was a lot of items at yard sales and thrift stores that I could resell for cash and then put that profit back into video games. Thrift stores tend to stock their shelves seasonally. When Christmas rolls around, it's Christmas decorations, and when it's Halloween, well, Halloween decorations. One of the best sellers for me in my area right now is golf clubs. I've been flipping some pretty decent sets locally, find them for about $25 for a set, and sell for about 60 to 80 Canadian, depending on the condition and a lot of other factors. I find that when it comes to golf clubs, there's a bit of a tier list. Right-handed clubs for men tend to be at the most common. Left-handed are going to sell a little bit better as there's less sets of those available. Women's clubs and junior clubs especially do really well for resale, and if you take a little bit of time to learn the brands, well, pretty soon you'll be selling golf clubs and buying all kinds of video games. Alright, let's get right into some video game pickups for this week. First up is a loose copy of Mario Party 3 on the Nintendo 64. This one cost me $60 Canadian, and I bought it local Facebook Marketplace. There's a guy that's been sort of messaging me. He knows that I'm on the hunt for a full North American loose N64 set, and yeah, game 235 of 296, I'm well on my way there. Look for a series coming soon when we're down to the last 50 cartridges, and we'll start counting down our way to our complete set. Next up is a bit of a mail call, and I believe this one's from Video Games Plus, a Canadian retailer who I buy from pretty often. This one's been sitting around for far too long now and in need of being opened. And it's a collection of 3 games. First up is Undertale on the Nintendo Switch. I actually own this game already. Yeah, that's the sort of thing that happens when you get really excited about sales online and you buy copies of games that you already have in the collection. I also have a copy of Valkyria Revolution. I don't own a copy of this game that's not... Let me show you. That's not this Vanguard edition. This one has like a pin in it and I don't know, a couple of other interesting things, and I wasn't so sure I wanted to crack this copy open. Generally, I'm all about opening a sealed copy of a game, but this one was just so cheap, so I might keep this sealed and play this copy. Last up is a game that I have been on the hunt for forever, and it is Broforce, a game by Devolver. This is a game that the Retro Rivals local friends and YouTubers have been talking about for a long time. Alright, this copy has the cartridge as well as a limited warranty sheet. Cool. But I've heard nothing but phenomenal things about this game. Seems like a fantastic couch co-op experience, completely over the top, and yeah, really stoked to check this one out. Alright, now this week in the Game Room, we have been playing Dredge, an absolutely killer little indie video game developed by Black Salt Games and published by Team 17. This one we've been experiencing on the Nintendo Switch, and this is a fishing game done right. It is an absolutely lovely little experience that doesn't get tiresome at all. The art style is phenomenal, and you know, the rhythm aspect to catching fish is something that is going to make you want to keep collecting whatever it is you can pull up off the bottom of the ocean floor. Dredge has a little bit of a Lovecraftian, dark underlying theme where you start to find out that things aren't all as happy as they might be during the nighttime as they are during the day. All in all, Dredge is absolutely worth your time to check out, and with a price tag of only right around $35 Canadian for a complete in-box copy, this one is absolutely worth your time and doesn't overstay its welcome either. How Long to Beat has Dredge listed as coming in right around 9 hours for completion, so this one is absolutely a worthwhile addition to your collection if you haven't been playing it already. Alright, last up is a game room update, and I hate to say it, but the PS Vita collection is almost completely gone at this stage, as I've really kind of rooted it out of my collection. Things in the game room are just busy, and there are a lot of full shelves. I kind of came to the point with the collection where I realized that I could really only collect seriously for a smaller amount of consoles, and it's much more satisfying rather than having two platforms that have similar libraries just to collect really hard for one. And that choice left me with the decision to sell off pretty much my entire PS Vita collection. This is everything that remains. Everything that's here is listed on eBay. In fact, Axiom Verge just sold last night on eBay, and I've only got 6 games left. I've traded out everything in my Vita collection for what is now a pretty solid 3DS collection. I decided to go all in on the new Nintendo 3DS. We've got a couple of these consoles now, and I absolutely adore playing on these. Something about the Vita just wasn't for me, and these bring me so much more joy, and I spend so much more time playing on the 3DS. I recently completed Shakedown Hawaii on the 3DS. A killer experience and a super fun game to play through. There is tons of content left on this one to explore after you've completed the main storyline. The main storyline was enough for me, but this one is still absolutely worth checking out on the 3DS if you're looking for something new to play. Most of the games I really wanted to play on the PS Vita, I've now gone and repurchased from that library on the 3DS. Games like Virtue's Last Reward were some of the games that I had on the Vita that I was really interested in checking out, and while I don't know much about how this version plays compared to the Vita version, it just seemed to me to make sense to put all of my efforts into an absolutely killer 3DS collection and sell off a lot of the stuff I had on the Vita and really put my energy all in on the 3DS. Right now, the 3DS collection sits at 120 games, and I have a short list of what's left in the library that I'm actually interested in having in the collection. Rather than going for a complete set that has a lot of filler titles that I'm not interested in playing, I'm really just going for the heavy hitters and ones that I'm actually interested in popping into the console to check out and play. Hey, thanks so much for sticking around this week in the game room and checking out what's been going on. Thanks for all the support, the likes, subscribes, the comments, all that stuff goes a long way in helping the channel grow. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next one.